People, Zerodha is by far one of the most fascinating business case studies in the Indian startup ecosystem. In just 10 years, Zerodha went from 0 to $1 billion in valuation. On one side, while tech companies are on a cash drain wherein they are incurring million-dollar losses, Zerodha has been very elegantly profitable with a profit of more than 400 crores. And here's why it is mind-blowing. All of this was done with zero funding and zero marketing. I repeat, Zerodha went from 0 to $1 billion in valuation with zero marketing and zero funding. The question is, in this noisy world wherein companies are pouring in millions of dollars just to survive in the market, how is it possible that Zerodha has been able to achieve something so incredible with zero funding and zero marketing? The answer to this question comes from one of the most legendary entrepreneurs in the Indian startup ecosystem, who goes by the name Kunal Shah. In 2016, Kunal Shah delivered an Inc. talk wherein he proposed a very interesting theory which more or less explains the root cause of the success of some of the biggest startups in the world. According to Kunal Shah, in this world there are a ton of systems which have a ton of inefficiencies and hurdles which often prevent ordinary people like you and me from moving into a more efficient system. But we human beings, once we find an efficient system, we have this innate ability to move on from where we never ever come back. As a result of which, if an entrepreneur is able to build a startup in such a way that he is able to fix these inefficiencies and is able to help ordinary people overcome the hurdles, he or she will be able to build a startup which will bring about a revolution. And their startup will be such a revolution that it will bring about an irreversible paradigm shift in the behavior of the consumers. And once this is done, that startup will gain 3 massive superpowers which will boost that startup to another level altogether. These 3 superpowers are: number 1, high consumer tolerance; number 2, unique brand proposition which will result into word of mouth; and thirdly, it will result into an irreversible shift. A very simple example that is closer to home is WhatsApp. If you see, all of us are using WhatsApp, but none of us are using WhatsApp because of an advertisement. If you look at WhatsApp as a system, back then before WhatsApp, even to send a local text, we used to think twice because one message used to cost us 1 rupee. And even to make a normal call, international call to chhodi do, even to make a normal call, we used to think twice because balance khatam ho jayega. But then when WhatsApp arrived, WhatsApp took off all these hurdles, and today texting has become completely effortless. That's the reason why we spam a lot of people, and that's the reason why you receive good morning texts. And if you look at calls, even making international calls does not look like a big deal today. And most importantly, if you see, you cannot even imagine going back to your texting days. So if you see, there are 3 major superpowers that WhatsApp gained as a startup, which boosted WhatsApp to another level altogether. Number 1, unique brand proposition which resulted into word of mouth. As in, WhatsApp gave you something that you had never seen before, as a result of which customers were screaming at each other to use WhatsApp. As a result of which, WhatsApp was able to go from 0 to 400 million users in less than 5 years. And today, WhatsApp has more than 2 billion users. Number 2, like I said, we cannot even imagine going back to our old texting days, as a result of which there is an irreversible change in our behavior. And lastly, when we come to high tolerance, if you see, in spite of the creepy WhatsApp privacy policy, you are still using WhatsApp. In spite of us understanding the dangers of WhatsApp forwards, we are still using WhatsApp. And in spite of call lagging, we still do make WhatsApp calls. So if you see, we have developed very high tolerance towards WhatsApp, wherein even if they make big mistakes, we are extremely tolerant towards it, and we will still keep using the service. As a result of which, customer retention, which is one of the most difficult things to do, is done in a way that nobody can even imagine. So this is how, by fixing the inefficiencies of the texting system, the founders of WhatsApp were able to claim their pot of gold. As a result of which, they were able to create massive wealth, eventually sold WhatsApp for $19 billion to Facebook. And the founders of Zerodha did exactly the same. Before Zerodha, Nikhil Kamath observed that there were 3 major hurdles that were troubling the existing investors and were also preventing the common people of India from investing into the stock market. And these 3 hurdles were: number 1, lack of knowledge and awareness. As you all know, in India, we make more life decisions based on myths and emotions rather than knowledge and strategy. The second hurdle they observed was that of brokerage fees, as in, the conventional brokerage firms were charging a percentage commission on the amount of investment that an investor was making, which resulted into exorbitant brokerage fees. And third and most importantly, the entire process of investment was very tedious and very complex for a common man to understand. And that is the reason why they came out with 3 unique solutions which turned Zerodha into a billion-dollar company. The first solution they came out with was to tackle the lack of knowledge and awareness, as a result of which, to educate the Indian population, they came out with something called Zerodha Varsity, which is an extensive collection of stock market and financial lessons wherein anybody can go out there and understand how the market functions, eventually to gain enough knowledge to make a strategic investment. And after learning from here, any newbie can go out there and make a confident investment, as a result of which, then and there itself, Zerodha started commanding the loyalty of the newbies. The second solution they came out with was to discount the brokerage fees to such a large extent that it literally resulted into a revolution. Like I said before, most firms were charging a percentage commission, as in if you were making an investment of few lakhs, you would have to pay tens of thousands of just brokerage. And guess what? Zerodha turned this into a super efficient and super affordable system, wherein they charged 20 rupees or 0.03%, whichever is less, for all intraday trades. And guess what? They charge 0 fees for all equity and direct mutual fund investments. And third and most importantly, in order to resolve the tedious and complex process of investment, they used the internet and came out with a beautiful website and a very simple user interface for their mobile application, using which any common man can get familiar with the entire process of investment without any hassles and with 100% transparency. And if you're also a newbie in the world of investment, you can use the link below to create your Zerodha account today and jumpstart your investment journey. And that is how, by fixing these 3 problems, the founders of Zerodha claimed their pot of gold, as a result of which today, Zerodha is a billion-dollar company with 0 investment in marketing because the consumers were screaming at each other to use Zerodha. And today, 4 million investors are making their investment using the platform of Zerodha. Now the question is, what do we as entrepreneurs have to learn from this incredible case study? People, we all need to understand that funding is one of the ways to accelerate your startup, but not the only way to do so. So if you are somebody who's reluctant to pursue your idea because you're waiting for funding, I would highly recommend you to do some introspection and to see how you can proceed ahead without funding. And last and most importantly, we all need to realize the fact that there are hundreds, if not thousands of pots of gold all around us in the form of inefficient systems. And each one of them offers ordinary people like you and me the opportunity to go out there and claim our pot of gold, eventually to build a business empire out of it. The only question that we got to ask ourselves is, are we going to crib about the problem or are we going to fix the problem? And this attitude of crib or fix will eventually decide our destiny. That's all from my side for today, guys. If you learned something important and found something valuable in this video, please make sure to hit the like button. And for more such informative business case studies, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Take care.